Hi, my name is Amina Bland, and I served as the recorder for our project.
Hello, my name is Cameron Bowling, and I was one of the task managers on this project.
Hello, my name is Camille Bryan, and I was one of the leaders.
Hello, my name is Leah Edwards, and I co-led with Camilla.
My name is Shane Rice, and I was a task manager in this project.
My name is Amita Teray, and I was also a recorder. And welcome to the Aggie Health Coalition Health Kiosk.
Our mission statement is, we are dedicated to protecting the health and safety of NCAT students and staff throughout the provisions of resources and information. Our slogan is, a safe Aggie is a smart Aggie.
So in this presentation, we will be exploring how we plan to ensure the safety of North Carolina agricultural and technical state students and staff during the COVID-19 pandemic. More specifically, we'll be discussing the machine that we designed that would help prevent and slow the spread of COVID-19. We aim to offer temperature checks, conduct symptom surveys, and provide precautionary supplies, all the while complying with World Health Organization and CDC health guidelines.
Okay, so to give a little background on COVID-19, according to the World Health Organization, or WHO, it is a respiratory pathogen which was identified on December 31st of 2019, with Wuhan, China being the epicenter. It was officially declared a pandemic on March 11, 2020, and it's mainly spread by the respiratory droplets among people who are in close proximity, which is why we social distance. Over the course of the pandemic, there's been over 40 million people worldwide that have been affected, and in the US, it's only been about 18 million.
So what's the problem? As you know, COVID-19 is an infectious disease, and it's very important, especially at a university with students coming from all over the world and different places within the United States, that we keep safe and social distance, as with the CDC health guidelines. So we want to find efficient methods to slow down the infection rate of students.
So on the next two slides, we have some of our project prototypes, and you can see them here.
We also developed criteria, so our checkpoint should be able to successfully conduct temperature checks and an accurate COVID-19 symptom survey. It should also be able to conduct contact tracing and direct people to testing centers if they experience some or all symptoms. It should be user-friendly. It should be a user-friendly survey and a welcoming environment. It should be successfully sanitized after each person leaves the area. It should provide precautionary information to ensure the safety of each person and prevent the spread of COVID-19. And it should limit person-to-person contact and enforce social distancing. These are some of the constraints that our team came up with. Temperatures will be checked prior to the use of the electronic device. Masks are required. No more than 4 people can be at the station at once. In order to ensure proper social distancing, precautions are followed, and patients are required to be 6 feet apart. Necessary supplies such as masks, sanitizer, gloves, and wipes should be manually refilled, and the booth will need to be wiped down by an employee after each use.
And after constructing our list of constraints and criteria, we narrowed it down to 3 designs. So for this first design, it would be a folding table with the logo and team name at the front and mission statement on the sides. And there'll be bins underneath where the masks, gloves, and other resources will be. Half of the group will be present at a time to work the table, with 2 members conducting surveys and checking temperatures, with the other member available to answer questions, pass out protective equipment, and provide resources. We would also plan to direct people to testing sites if they experience some or all of the symptoms, perform contact tracing, and at this design, there will be no COVID testing.
In design two, this is more of a booth type design. Our team name will be on the front of the COVID-19 booth, and the other two booths will display our slogan. There are 3 different sections of this booth, one being temperature checks, the other being COVID testing, and the other will be mask distribution. One member will be set up at each booth, and the rest of the members will be around the booth answering COVID-related questions and registering people to receive COVID-19 updates.
In the third design, this one would be more of an ATM style. It would be fully automated and require only one person to operate. This design automatically distributes wipes, hand sanitizer, masks. It uses thermal technology to take temperatures, which would limit the person-to-person contacts that we had a previous constraint about. It asks patient symptom questions and records it in the system. And it also contains a virtual database that records who the person has been in contact with, so that if another person were to come along, it would alert them if they had been in contact with someone who showed symptoms.
So how did we decide which prototype was most effective? We first chose 4 of our most important criteria. They were sanitation, efficiency, affordability, and mobility. We ranked them from most important to least. Sanitation was ranked the highest, obviously, because we were in a pandemic and we want to keep everybody clean and safe. Efficiency, so that it would be easy for the students around campus to use. Affordability, so that it wouldn't be that hard to actually make the prototype and have it placed around campus. And mobility, just so that the kiosk could be moved easy or not. So with that, we decided to go with the third design, which was the ATM.
So just to talk a little bit more in-depthly about what the ATM design would look like, we actually would have 2 sort of sanitation systems. The first would be an electronic design. Again, it would be similar to an ATM. It would offer temperature checks and COVID-19 symptom checks through survey. If a student has any symptoms or demonstrates any symptoms, they'll be advised to get tested and quarantined, as this site would not offer COVID-19 testing. It would also offer health information and would be distributed via text, email, or physical pamphlet. There would be a second in-person station that serves as a backup station in case the electronic station experiences issues. This one will be managed by a team member, and so that it's ensured that it's clean. This provides participants with information and answers to any questions that they may have, and also offers PPE equipment. Some of the features of the electronic design is that it has built-in Wi-Fi, a touch screen, an ambient light sensor, thermal imaging camera, and an internal heater, fan, or temperature sensor.
Okay, so for this slide, you'll see a map of A&T, and there are 8 color-coded sections on the campus, and this is where we will place at least one kiosk, so that way there won't just be one where everybody has to go to, and it'll be accessible to all students and staff on campus.
Okay, and here we have a left and right isometric view of our design using SketchUp. And as you can see, we have an automatic hand sanitizer pump, and those 4 boxes that you see on the right, those are where the masks, gloves, and sanitizer will be, and those will automatically pop out. And as you can see in the right photo right here, on the right side, there's a little box, and that is where our trash can will be, and that one will also be automatic. And you can also see that we have an overhang, and that's just to protect against rain, sunlight, anything like that. And under the overhang and above the actual machine, we have our team name, our logo, and our slogan.
Next, we have the 3D model made by 3D printer, just of what was described before, so how it would look like, and this is a much smaller scale. This is a front and back view.
Next. And here are just the dimensions of that 3D printed design. And then on the following slide, we have the dimensions of our, no, well, there we go. We have a photographs of our prototype or of our design. And it's the same thing with the following slides. We have the photograph of our design using SketchUp, and then we have a real life prototype design, and then we have the dimensions. And here's just a short video of our 3D printed prototype.
So it is recommended that the kiosks would be placed in traffic heavy areas to ensure that everyone gets to use the kiosk and that is used. Those who are using the kiosk should wear a mask, and those who are waiting to use the kiosk should be socially distanced. People who are using the kiosk should fill out contact tracing information to notify people that they have been in contact with with people who have COVID-19 if they participated in a COVID-19 symptom survey. And if a participant feels sick, they should get tested.
So throughout this project, we were able to discuss the effects of COVID-19 on North Carolina A&T students. So with the implementation of our kiosk in heavily populated areas such as Williams Dining Hall, the Student Center, and academic buildings, we will be offering temperature checks, contact tracing, health safety pamphlets, masks, hand sanitizer, and gloves. And our main goal is just to keep North Carolina A&T students and staff healthy and safe.
So thank you for listening, and here's our contact information.